Hi, Summit. Welcome back to my platform once again. How are you all doing? You can see what you have here. Yes, and I just like learn how to make this beautiful, stylish jacket. You can see. See, this was what inspired me, guys. And the stitches is inseam as well. But first is the drafting. So let's quickly get started. So guys, welcome back once again. So you can see what we have here. So I've done the basic. Yeah, you should know all this by now. The waist, the bust line, sorry, waist, hip, the end part. So the dart I have here, I did one side dart, but I want to explain it, you know. So the pattern, guys, because of what we are working on, we'll be using two patterns just for the front panel. Yes. So I will explain it because see this there is no that waist dart here. So I will use to explain, but you have it this way. And the part that I sent in is the part I'm using to create the stylish overlapping. Yeah, the overlap part of it. So this is front panel. So it's two patterns I will be working with here. So first, the what I place here is the shoulder, the neck depth. You see, is 3 inches. The neck width is 3 inches. The shoulder is 8 inches because is one we are working on. With the two is 16. So you should know this by now. So I'm just blending it here. So the armhole depth should divide by 2. Okay. So the shoulder to the bust point is 10 inches. Waist, excuse me, 21 inches. Waist to the hip is 9 inches length. To the end part. So the bust pan is what I have here. 4. So it's one side that which is option as well. So I find the midpoint here, the armhole depth into to that I just connect it straight. Okay, because it's not that you don't need to create much cup because it's a jacket, it's a moderation. So I will place the same 1 inch. So it's just side that just working with here this way, which I'll be adding seam allowance while transferring to my fabric. I seam allowance while transferring my fabric to avoid shortage. Okay, so this is it. So this is the front panel. This is the darts allowance that we're cutting out. I won't be replacing it. Okay, so this is it. So we'll put this aside. See the overlapping, you have to choose the part you want to work with. So I'll find the neck weight, which is 3 inches. I will place the 3 inches here as well. Okay. Remember, this is our center front. And if you check the thumbnail very well, you see that the overlapping is direct to the other piece that bust span line. Okay, so I will just connect this way to have a clue. This is the easiest way. So you place it because this is the bust line. You have to extend it. So it was just 1 inch away from that bust span. Okay, so I place it this way. Remember the neck with shoulder line of our extend as well, the same neck width. So you see, so you could decide to add 1 inch to it. Just create something nice out of it. That is just it. So as you step down, there is curve. As you step down, you reduce the inch. Okay, as you step down, you reduce it. So this part, I reduce it as again once again. I reduce. So the focus here, the curve is just waist area more. So you will just connect. Decide to use free hand or your palm curve. Okay. So you decide to step out with 1 inch from your neck width, all depending on your preference. Okay. Let me quickly sharpen my pencil. This is it. So we'll start from the waistline, got the overlapping twist on the waistline. So just connect this way to meet this neck width. Okay, this is the first step. Meet the neck width here. which is 3 inches. If you want it to be more pointy, step out with 1 inch. So this other part, you blend this straight. So this straight is because mine is point is not curve. So the neck depth is the curve one. Exactly what inspired me, but mine I want it straight. So you see, I'm making it straight, uh about 0.5 inch, okay, difference. So this is, by the time I place it, I will have total of 4.5 inches, which I said earlier I could decide to reduce it to be having maybe 4 inches, 3.5. So I will just blend it this way with my markers. I'm like what I'm doing right now. Curve this way to the waist area. It's really simple. So the dot line we have here, you can see, is the bust span. See, so the overlapping is just half inch away from the bust span, which I said mine is 1 inch. So I use 1 inch to connect. So the next thing to do is to find where you'll be connecting to the end part, the part you will follow. So if you look at this picture, you see that from the side bus span, you step in, okay, with 1 inch, 1.5 or 2 inches. You will just connect it this way to the end part, that's the full length of your jacket or your gown. So I will place 1.5 inches, 1.5 inches straight to the end part. So I will just connect it this way. So now that I'm done using pencil to trace it, using my marker, this part I decided to use free hand as well. So just want my straight. That is it. So this is one of the front piece. Yes. Okay. So this other part, we introduce it now. But before then, I had to cut it out. So watch closely. Cut it this way. You see. So I'll be adding a seam allowance while transferring to the fabric. So you see. So I didn't use that dot line on the bust line. So I step out more. But the dot line you're seeing here is the bust pan, which is distance from one nipple to the other. So this is how I should cut it out. The side seam, I'll be adding 2 inches. So the main focus is this part. So I have to notch. Make sure you notch to know your center front. You see? So this is the part that we added to form that overlapping, okay? So this is it. See the picture very well. So on the bust line, on the bust line. So I have to look for to adjust it this way to make sure it meets the bust line this way. So that is it. So it's very simple. So if you want your straight, you want your curve, if you don't want this sharp, this pointy overlapping so at the edge, you trim it as well. So I'll cut out this way. Guys, I'll be adding my seam allowance while transferring to the fabric. I've said that earlier. So if you check the armhole part, that is the princess cut, I did not place that there. I only placed that on my waistline. So if you are placing that on your princess cut on the armhole, make sure you step out, you don't go in. And make sure you place your you add seam allowance as well because to avoid shortage. So I just connect it straight on that part. So make sure you mark all these parts. So I have to do this for better understanding. The arrow, the stepping down means center front. So this is the dart line I'm cutting out now. So there is no dart replacement. Okay, I want it fitted. There's no dart replacement. There's no need for that. So I'm cutting it out now. Okay, this way to meet to my armhole curve, which is just straight on that part. But if you want yours to be curved, make sure you place that on the armhole, but you will replace it, meaning you will step out, you don't go in. So this is the other part. It's the same thing that what we have here, but this is a lapel. So I'll step out. Remember, the other part was total of 4 inches. Okay, step up this way, straight the 4 inches. But I will connect with my marker for better view. Straight this way first. Okay. Step up an half inch. So one part is lapel. Yes. So connect it this way to meet the waist. So I've done tutorial on how to cut and sew lapel jacket. Yes, so I'll be dropping the link as well. So you connect. So when making a lapel, you step out with 1 inch that will serve as your button allowance. So in this case, was connecting it straight because there is no button there, is over the overlapping part that is taking care of the button. So connect straight this way. But I have to connect it straight for better understanding. Yes. So this is how you connect your lapel. If it's lapel, you just been to use it to transfer it. You have two of it. But this tutorial, one part is lapel jacket, the other part is overlapping a jacket. So I have to quickly introduce my marker, but before then, introduce a master row is curved, not straight, because the other piece I went up as well. I made it curve, so this part should also be curved. Okay, so it will blend. You have seen the instruction already. So like what I said earlier, is straight, it's going to meet direct, unlike a lapel jacket that you step out with 1 inch on your waist area to create that button allowance. Okay, so we cut it out this way. You can see how slant it is. So cut it out this way, direct to the waist line. Okay, not to the pencil I marked, be direct to the straight line. So this part you must notch. That's your center front. So these are center front. So this is it. So you decide to reduce it. You understand? Reduce it from the bust point. Our main target, sorry, is the lapel part of it. Okay, but mine, I will just connect it this way because I did not add that 1 inch. You understand? So I will introduce this part. Excuse me. You can see, connect, place it on each other because this is the overlapping part of it. Make sure the bust line meets, waistline meets, hip line meets. Meaning, when working on this, you must have two patterns, separate pattern. Yes, to have enough allowance. Okay, to create our overlapping and your collar part. This is the lapel part of it. So step out with 5 inches or 6 inches from your center front. Center front, okay. The same the end part, meaning the full length of your jacket. If yours is a jacket or a gown, so you connect this part straight this way. Okay, from the hip to the end part. So the waist area, you just make a curve. Okay, so this is the overlapping on the other side. So one the shoulder to the waist is one part overlapping, from the waist to the hip end part, sorry, is another part of overlapping. So the one that we're working with shoulder to the waist overlapping won't have the overlapping on the waist to the end part. Wow, I enjoyed this tutorial, man. I'm telling you guys, when I was doing tutorial, I was so excited. Yes, but the creativity is top notch. Do you know that you could decide to use different fabric? Yes, different Ankara fabric, like that manipulation to create out something more beautiful than mine. I'm telling you guys. So if you find this very interesting, please like. So you can see how simple it is and tricky as well. So this is it. So next what we're going to do now is to cut it out. Yes, cut out this part. Remember, no seam allowance here. We'll do that while transferring to the fabric, as I said earlier, to avoid any confusion or mistake. Yes, so that the tutorial will be more interesting. So we cut out this way from the hip area. So if you look at it, one side overlapping on the upper part, other side overlapping on the waist and end part as well. So this other part, I have to cut out the that line. You understand? I had to cut that. Why I cut that? You could start to work with shoulder that. Yes. You could start to work with shoulder that. You could start to work with princess that like what we have here. So this the darting part as well is optional. So I will just cut it out exactly what I did on the other part. So that is it. And please guys, if you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe, like, okay, share, please, it will help this channel to grow. And you can also follow me Facebook, Chilevin Signature, Instagram, Chilevin Signature. Okay, like and share. So that is it. So let me quickly show you guys once again. Please ignore this dog. Eat and future. This dog won't allow me a breathe. So this is it. So that is all for that part. So let's move over to our back panel. Yes, back panel. But back panel won't use two pattern. It's just one because there's no overlap in there. So let me cut out this part. You decide to leave it, watch on the fabric, you cut it out so that your fabric, your pattern sorry won't misplace because the cutting out, man, is much, guys. So I will cut it out this way. So guys, another announcement is this place. If you are interested in our offline and online classes for this September, DM, you can see the contact there. Phone number is there, DM. So you have to label it, guys. Yeah, indicate it so that you understand it, making sure when transferring to the fabric, the waist should meet notch. There should be a notch there. So when joining, you know it's inseam, you won't have issues. So the back panel, I've done that as well. So the shoulder is 16 into 2. The neck width is 3 inches. The neck depth is 1 inch. So it's the back. I'm using both sides. That not one side. That yes, half inch here, half inch here. Okay. See, this part is shoulder to the waist. We don't need bust points while working on the back panel. Shoulder to the hip and shoulder to the M part. So the back panel is very simple, guys. I will just cut it out. For the detail of the front panel, you understand how to draw this back panel with ease. So this is basically for the back panel. So the waist area, if you want you to snatch on the waistline, sorry, you go in with an half inch. Okay, and going in with an half inch, if your front panel, okay, let me repeat, if your front waistline panel is 20 inches, when going in on this back panel, make sure yours, that is your waistline, should be 18 inches before you go in. Do not use the waist measurement of the front panel to work with the waist measurement of the back panel. Okay, I reduced it. So that most times if you have been following me, I always have slant on my waist area. I always step out up with 2 inches, 1.5 inches. Why? Depending on the measurement you are working with. Okay, so if your waist measurement for the front is 20, your back should be 18. So this is one of the easiest way to get rid of a bulge after fixing your zipper as well, because of the way we are structured, so that the waist center back will blend properly. So cut it out this way. No seam allowance as well. So this tutorial, guys, will be having part 2, which is the stitches. I don't want it to be boring, guys, because the duration is 21 minutes already. Yes. So I want to cut it out now. Like as I said earlier, guys, you decide to work with shoulder that. You can also decide to work with just waist that. Yeah, waist that. So cut it out this way. And please, guys, find it very interesting. Like, please comment, share, okay? I can also follow me on Facebook, play Chill Living Signature. Instagram, Chill Living Signature. Please do not forget to share my post, like, comment, please. It will help my channels to grow, please. So I'll cut out this part. Then I will introduce my fabric. Okay. I'll be adding 0.5 inch all around except the side seam. Side seam I'll be adding 2 inches. Okay, so I'm cutting it out this way. Okay. So that is all for this part one. So I have to rearrange it for better view before we introduce our fabric. Okay, so this is it. So I've seen the introduction of this tutorial. I use crepe center part. I'll make sure you add interfacing. Yes, if you're using crepe mixed with Ankara, there should be interfacing. I don't stress you. So this is it, guys. I'll introduce my pattern, my fabric, transfer it, and show you guys. So here we are. I'm done transferring it. You can see how beautiful it is already. You can see, yeah. So bye for now.